more than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups every year, and we thank the Government of Saskatchewan for their continued support. On behalf of everyone at Sask Sport and Sask Lotteries, I hope you enjoyed tonight's gala, and congratulations to all award finalists and recipients. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. And now, Mr. Mohammed Fayez, member of the Legislative Assembly for Regina Pasqua, will now bring greetings on behalf of the Government of Saskatchewan.
Thank you, Tara. I would like to begin with the acknowledgement of the land. The land we are standing as a territory, is a Treaty 6 territory, the ancestor and traditional territory of a Cree, Dene, Blackfoot, Nakota, Sioux, and the homelands of the Métis. We acknowledge the land in the act of reconciliation to those whose traditional territory we're on. Thank you very much for the warm welcome. I'm so honored to be here on behalf of Premier Scott Moe and the Government of Saskatchewan. What an exciting evening here on TCU Place in Saskatoon, one of the most beautiful cities on the prairie. The summer is beautiful, and of course, the winter is extremely beautiful. We are here this evening to celebrate some exceptional accomplishment and performance in the field of athletics. The Saskatchewan Sports Awards are the part of an amazing today event. Our government strongly believes that sports, both competitive and recreational, whether as participants or spectators, play a big role in creating happy, healthy lifestyle. That's why our government is pleased to partner with Sask Sports to ensure proceeds from Saskatchewan lotteries support a wide range of supporting activities in the communities around the province. And on behalf of the Government of Saskatchewan, I want to say thank you to the athletes, coaches, administrators, volunteers, fundraising, and more importantly, I want to say thank you to many thousands of volunteers that make sports successful in our province. Our sports system and these awards would not happen without you. Saskatchewan is a better place because of your efforts and contribution. So with that, I look forward to celebrating those being honored tonight. You are already winners, and Saskatchewan is so lucky to have such a talented athletes representing our province. Thank you very much.
So we will ask you to actually remain on stage if you don't mind, because I think you're going to help us give out some awards. Since 1984, the Saskatchewan Sport Awards have grown from the first presentation of Male, Female Athlete of the Year and Team of the Year to now what ensures all aspects of amateur sport in the province are recognized. Tonight, we start with an Inspire Through Sport Award. Last year, this award recognizes an athlete, coach, official, administrator, or team who demonstrated courage, determination, and perseverance, and whose unwavering spirit serves to inspire others across the amateur sport community and beyond. The first of two recipients in 2022 is Nolan Barnes, nominated by Waterski and Wakeboard Saskatchewan. A world-class athlete, motivational speaker, and advocate against impaired driving, Nolan started from the grassroots level of adaptive water skiing after a single vehicle collision in 2010. He has grown to be a member of the national team, a world champion, and a world record holder. Nolan has spoken to thousands of students across Western Canada and now focuses on the importance of decision-making and helping people find fulfillment in their lives. Here is Nolan's story.
I've played sports my entire life, starting with hockey and soccer. I did do recreational water ski at the lake. I didn't enjoy it. My family was all a water ski family. I was the one who pushed back all the time. I was at a party in Saskatoon and we were drinking and driving back home to Yorkton, 3 hours away. It was a 9-person vehicle rollover. I was ejected out of the vehicle, breaking my back, meaning that just below my chest level down, I have little to no feeling. And then after my car accident in 2010, that's when I discovered adaptive sport. And I came up here to Saskatoon to do my rehab therapy. And one of the parts of rehab is doing recreational therapy. So when I came out to the Saskatoon Water Ski Club and I seen a guy go off a jump on an adaptive ski, it looked absolutely insane. It was literally days after I was finally discharged from the hospital. I went down to the ski club and said, hey, I want to learn how to do this. And when I got involved with it, I expected just to kind of go on a ski a couple times a year, maybe if I'm lucky. I had no idea what I was getting myself into.
Nolan's been a member of the Saskatoon Water Ski Club in Water Ski and Wakeboard Saskatchewan for over 12 years and has grown as an athlete during that time. He went from a grassroots athlete through to now world record holder by entering the competitive stream of adaptive water skiing.
2012, I went to my first Canadian Nationals out in Calgary. But then I met so many people around the world with all these different disabilities that were out there just conquering and killing it. And you know, that's really when I decided I'm gonna do this.
Yeah, he gives back in every way. Throughout his journey, he has decided to become a board member, volunteer, coach, official, and 2 years ago rebooted a ski club in Madge Lake, Saskatchewan, close to where he grew up as a child. That ski club now services adaptive and able-bodied athletes alike.
And then along the way through water ski, I'm just opening doors and meeting inspiring people that have gotten me to where I'm at today. So sport was probably one of the more critical recovery processes I've had. If you put your mind to something, anything really is possible. I was there at one point too, right? Being like, wow, a person with this disability can do that.
Nolan is a true class act. People are drawn to him because of his wonderful nature and incredible sense of humor. He has an enthusiasm for and zest for life.
So I'm just beside myself right now, letting it sink in. But you know, I don't do it for the recognition, although it's super awesome when you notice that people notice what you're doing. It was pretty amazing to get that email and that phone call, you know, saying I got this award.
On behalf of Water Ski and Wakeboard Saskatchewan, we wish you all the best in your quest to help bring Team Canada the gold.
The abilities that you learn, where it creates the leaders of today, the leaders of tomorrow, and the leaders of generations to come. I owe it to sport to pass that down.
Yes. And you deserve the recognition. Please give it up for 2022 Inspire Through Sport recipient Nolan Barnes. Yeah. Nice. Congratulations, Nolan. That's awesome. Gotta celebrate. We now turn our attention to one of 4 long-serving volunteers. The Volunteer Dedication Award is designed to honor individuals who devote time and effort to the development of sport over 10 or more years. Tonight's 4 recipients have worked tirelessly to create opportunities in women's football, Special Olympics, broomball, and wheelchair rugby. They represent countless others who give time, energy, and passion to make sport happen. We'll start with Michelle Duchesne, nominated by the Saskatoon Valkyries and supported by Football Saskatchewan. Yeah. A trip to the World Championship with the National Women's Tackle Football Team sparked Michelle's interest in the creation of a women's program in the province. In 2011, thanks in large part to Michelle, the Western Women's Canadian Football League was born, as well as the 7-time champion Saskatoon Valkyries. 3 years later, she established the Rush Girls Flag Football League in Saskatoon and is currently working on the creation of a Saskatoon Girls Tackle team to join the Prairie Girls Football League. You like that, I like that too. Let's learn more about why Michelle has been paramount to the growth of women's football. Take a look.
I've always been a really big sports person, and I've also been an extrovert most of my life. Played a lot of sports, but then I wound up getting an injury and still wanted to find a way to be involved in sport. And one of my friends told me about the student trainer program with Husky Athletics, and I signed up like the next day and haven't looked back since. Worked with many teams with Huskies, like soccer and basketball and hockey, and then ultimately started working with football. Immediately fell in love with the sport, but then also felt like I needed more, so I wanted to play. And the only thing that was out there at the time was the Saskatoon Touch Football League, and so I joined that, and then even got even more hooked into the sport. From there, decided that, okay, I need to do more so that we can get more women playing football.
She's a groundbreaking volunteer, but she's been a builder in the sport. She started the Rush League, Girls Flag Football League.
I was on the board for Football Saskatchewan, and I happened to be in the office and asked if I was available to be the trainer for a tryout camp for women's tackle football. And I was shocked because I had no idea that there was even tackle football happening for women in Canada. The tryout happened. I was asked to go as the trainer for the World Championship in Sweden. Jesse Bidens and myself came home, and we started having talks with Football Sask and Saskatoon Minor Football. We got together a committee of about 12 women, and just to see if there was more interest. Everybody was on board, and that's where it kind of just exploded from there.
She is someone who has done so much for our team, for our league, for the sport of football in the province of Saskatchewan, and also nationally.
So then the Valkyries started in 2011. Obviously we needed a league, so Jesse and I also helped out with starting the WWCFL. We had talks with the school systems, and they were on board with helping us start it as well. Then that's what started Rush Football. Because there's Rush Football, there's more girls playing elementary school, flag football, and hopefully more to come. I grew up on a farm actually, and so I was always looking for reasons to be in town, be around people. Volunteering, or that that want to volunteer, is almost something that's innate in people. So I definitely had a role model throughout my life. My mom has always been a huge volunteer. I really value the feedback of my husband and my kids. Jeff Yowzy has been instrumental as well. He's a huge advocate for girls in football, or he wants everybody to have the opportunity to play football. Jeff Yowzy and Pat Barry, and you couldn't ask for two better coaches to be leading our team.
Michelle, as our general manager, is someone who's played a huge role with the Saskatoon Valkyries since our inception in 2011. She has been so free to give her time to the Valkyries, to football in general in the province of Saskatchewan.
So Saskatchewan being a leader in women's football is a pretty special statement for me. It means that other people, are wanting to have what we have here.
Michelle, congratulations on being recognized for the Sask Sport Award. You were so welcoming to me 9 years ago when I first came to the club, and I know you like to be in the background, but that's too bad. You deserve this, and this recognition is so well deserved. Congratulations.
Sport is more than a game for me because of all that it brings. You have people from all sorts of socioeconomical backgrounds, put them all together and you become one. I will continue forever to try to make things so that women have all the opportunities that they want.
Not in the background tonight. Congratulations and thank you for all you do. Just kind of want to let that play, It's very serene. The Excellence Awards recognize and celebrate outstanding event performances or a series of performances from a Saskatchewan athlete, coach, or team within a calendar year. The first of 6 Excellence Awards to be presented is Coach of the Year, awarded to a coach who achieved outstanding success in the calendar year with individuals or a team. Coaches from 11 different sports have won this award since its inception in 2008, including Olympic, Paralympic, National, Provincial, like 2021 recipient Mary Carroll. The 2022 nominees are
guiding 4 different divers to 9 national medals in 2022 and helping 2 divers bring home medals from the Commonwealth Games. Nominated by Dive Sask, Mary Carroll. Coaching 6 athletes to numerous medals at the Baton Twirling National Championships and leading Julie Stewart to a silver medal at the World Championships. Nominated by Saskatchewan Baton Twirling, Maureen Johnson. Head coach for Canada at the World Athletics U20 Championship and the NACAC Track and Field Championship, where Canada won 15 combined medals. Also led the University of Saskatchewan Huskies women's track and field team to a Canada West banner while being named Coach of the Year. Nominated by Saskatchewan Athletics, Jason Reindl.
And the recipient of 2022 Coach of the Year is Diving's Mary Carroll.
Mary has won this award for the 2nd straight year. 2022 marked the most successful season for the Saskatoon Diving Club and Dive Sask thanks to the work Mary put in with her athletes, 3 of which are finalists in the excellence categories. Top performances for her athletes include Presley Deck, who collected national gold before going on to compete at Worlds. She also helped Rylan Weems and Margot Earlham to silver and bronze medals at the Commonwealth Games and top 10 finishes at Worlds.
So Mary is unable to join tonight. She's currently at the Diving National Championship in BC, but she did send a video message.
Hi, I'd like to thank you for this award. It's quite an honor. I know with all the sporting families out there, you understand that we have to travel a lot for sport. So I apologize for not being there. I have to thank Steve Carroll, the head coach of the diving club, and my husband. Without his support, this would never happen. I also have to thank Saskatoon Diving Club and Dive Sask. I have to say I'm pretty proud as a coach that we have 4 athletes nominated in all 4 individual excellence events. So yay, Saskatoon Diving Club. I have to thank the athletes I coach. I go to the pool every day. We see each other. They believe in the process and are committed, and it's enjoyable to coach them. And I also have to thank their families. Their parents believe in the system. They handed them over to me and entrusted in what I do. So thank you very much, and enjoy your evening.
And wishing Mary all the best of luck in BC. Next up, awards for Youth Athlete of the Year given to athletes under the age of 18 were created in 1998 with Paralympian Lisa Franks winning the first 2 editions of the award. In 2000, the award was split into male and female categories. The finalists for the 2022 Youth Female Athlete of the Year are
Winner of an International Tennis Federation event and a competitor in more than 4 other major events on the junior and women's circuits, nominated by Tennis Saskatchewan, Tea Chavez. Gold medalist at the Junior National Diving Championships in the platform event and bronze medalist in the 3-meter, who went on to compete for Canada at the Junior World Championships, nominated by the Saskatoon Diving Club and Dive Sask, Presley Deck. A gold medalist in U20 women's heptathlon at the Canadian Track and Field Championships, while also winning 4 provincial high school track and field medals, including 3 gold. Nominated by Saskatchewan Athletics, Shalane Pritchard.
And the winner of Youth Female Athlete of the Year. So nice, she's done it twice. Tea Chavez.
For the 2nd straight year, Tea wins the Youth Female Athlete of the Year award. In 2022, Tea defeated 2 different seeded players on her way to the ITF J3 Quebec City title, winning the semifinal and final match in 3 sets. She also competed at the 2022 Canada Games in Niagara Falls and the Women's ITF Challenger in Calgary, the highest level tournament she has ever played in.
It's yours. There you go.
Thank you so much for having me tonight. I have to thank Sask Sport and Tennis Saskatchewan for nominating me. My parents for allowing me to do this. I wouldn't be here without them. Special thanks to my sister for always pushing me. You know, when I didn't want to go play tennis, she always came out to hit with me. My hitting partner, Keegan, pushes me to be better every day. He's also nominated for this, so pretty cool thing. My coaches, Maya, Merrick, Denise, you make me better every day, and I wouldn't be here without you. Thank you for everyone for coming out. I mean, Sask Sport, you put on a great night. It was great last year. You even you topped it this year. It's amazing. So congratulations to all the other recipients and winners, and thanks, guys.
Congratulations. Okay, it is time to find out who the Youth Male Athlete of the Year is. The finalists are
Bronze medal winner with Team Canada at the Men's Junior Pan American Volleyball Cup, who also brought home gold from the Canada Summer Games and Canada Cup. Nominated by family and Sask Volleyball, Lucas Mashut. Winning a gold medal at 16 years old in the Under-18 Outdoor Junior Nationals and winner of 4 other events on the International Tennis Federation's junior circuit, nominated by Tennis Saskatchewan, Keegan Rice. A 3-time silver medal winner at the Age Group Nationals, silver medal winner at the Canada Games at just 12 years old, while winning 3 provincial and 3 Western gold medals in 2022. Nominated by the Saskatoon Diving Club and Dive Sask, Kash Tarasoff.
And the Youth Male Athlete of the Year is, it's an ace for tennis, Keegan Rice.
As an under-16 athlete, Keegan won the Under-18 Nationals in Toronto, which took place immediately after the Canada Summer Games. He also picked up his first International Tennis Federation win in Germany, even though he was unseeded heading into the event. His remarkable year also included a gold medal from the ITF Pan American Games.
Now, Keegan is unable to join tonight. He's in Australia for a Junior Grand Slam tennis event. He did send a message, and I think, is Paula, his mom, here to accept the award? Okay, so Paula, come get the award, and we're going to hear from Keegan right now.
Thank you. This is a great honor, as there are many dedicated and talented athletes that are very much deserving of this award. At the 2022 Canada Summer Games, I got to see high levels of sport on display, and I was very impressed. First, I would like to thank Sask Sport and Tennis Saskatchewan for the funding and support they have given me for the past 10 years that has allowed me to play and be in the places I am today. Without them, this would not exist. I very much appreciate this support. Next, I'd like to thank the individuals who have helped me get here. My coach, Marek Nahassel, who travels with me internationally and trains with me in Regina. My first tennis coach, Denise Fernandez, who got me started in tennis and put me in the Tennis Sask program at the age of 6. My fitness trainer, Maya, my mental trainer, Bree, and my physio, Kelly, who all work at Level 10 Fitness. Finally, I'd like to thank my family for the endless support in so many ways that they have given me over the past 10 years. This has allowed me to reach my goals and is giving me the opportunity to reach my full potential. From waking up early in the morning to take me to practice before school, traveling across Canada with me for tournaments, just the emotional support and all the other little things sports parents do for their kids. Thank you.
Congratulations, Keegan. And, hi, are you Paula? Come on up. Get a photo. Congratulations again to the family. And wishing Keegan best of luck in Australia. Established in 2008, the Coach Dedication Award recognizes individuals who dedicate their time, effort, and knowledge to sport, athletes, and communities over a more than 10-year period. Doug Sylvester is one of 2 Coach Dedication Award recipients. In 2022, he was nominated by Biathlon Saskatchewan. For the past 27 years, Doug has been a dedicated biathlon coach. His athletes have earned numerous medals at the Canada Winter Games and other national championships, with 4 of his athletes making it to the senior national team. Along with coaching and mentoring his athletes, Doug encourages the next generation of coaches by regularly holding coaching clinics and professional development sessions, as well as mentoring newer coaches in the province. Let's learn more about Doug's impact.
Doug did a lot for me. I mean, he started coaching me when I was 5 years old. He started coaching me in '99 and coached me for a good 20 years. I think you couldn't find a more dedicated coach than Doug Sylvester. He's extremely passionate, knows what he's doing, does everything for the sport of biathlon.
I was introduced to biathlon early on when I saw Marion Bedard winning some gold medals at the Olympics. Being a triathlete, I thought I should give biathlon a try as a sport just because it's the winter time and I liked winter. And I thought it would be a good fit. In time, I fell quite in love with the sport. It kind of came naturally in that some of the younger athletes started looking to me as an older athlete, and I became sort of a coach of a small club, and then it got more and more athletes, and now I'm kind of the provincial coach.
Doug's done everything. He's coached from the grassroots right up to the Olympic level for athletes. He's sort of a jack of all trades. It's a small community biathlon in the province, so he can step up and just about do anything.
A lot of my best experiences in biathlon are coming coaching at nationals. There's a lot of pride when you manage to coach a person that makes it to the Olympics. But my best memories would be of Canada Winter Games. The one particular memory that I can think of was there's an athlete named Matt Hudick who managed to get the gold, and my son was the wax tech, and we'd been coaching and working together since those boys were 8 years old. And to finally win Canada Winter Games gold was quite a total thrill for us all. My philosophy really hasn't changed a lot. It's still, I respect passion, I respect effort, I respect the athletes that give it their all.
You spend a lot of time with your coach as an amateur athlete. I think having a strong role model and a good mentor like Doug is extremely important to young athletes.
There's always new challenges in coaching, and that's one of the great things about it. Things that are constantly changing, and there's new challenges that happen all the time just because it's new athletes that are coming through the system. If you want athletes to be successful, they have to have your trust, and to have your trust, they have to be safe.
There's so much of what Doug has taught me that I can use way past my sport career. Always there for you, super encouraging, pick you up on a bad day, pat you on the back on a good day, and really how to just, outside the sport, be a better person in life.
Sask Proud means the whole idea of being somewhat of an underdog and being able to go to major competitions and punch above our weight. When someone says, "Thanks, coach," it really gives me a good feeling, because then I know that some of the things that I've been trying to do are noticed. It gives me good feelings inside and makes you want to just keep on trying harder and doing more.
Just wanted to thank you for everything you did for me and the sport of biathlon in the province. Couldn't have done anything in the sport without you. I couldn't imagine a more deserving coach for an award like this. Thank you.
Sport is more than a game to me, because I think sport focuses on what brings out the passion in athletes, coaches, parents.
Thanks, Coach. Give it up for Doug Sylvester. Congratulations. Thanks, Doug. Yeah, never too much applause, I don't think. We all know volunteers are the heart and the soul of the amateur sport community. Tony Casey is our second of four honored this year with a Volunteer Dedication Award. A crucial part of the Special Olympics Melfort Committee, Tony has been volunteering with the organization for more than 10 years, consistently going above and beyond the regular call of duty. Tony helps organize meetings, applies for grants, assists with registration, community accreditation, as well as volunteer and athlete recruitment and facility booking. He literally does everything. Special Olympics Saskatchewan nominated him for this award.
Years ago, when I had just graduated from university and was working in Edmonton at the time, another friend that I'd met inspired me to volunteer with a neighborhood group and working with kids that were from troubled families. Probably my first real volunteer experience. I always volunteered, I think, as our kids were growing up. Always needed some help, so volunteered from that end. But my first involvement was I was a member of the Knights of Columbus in Melfort, and went to a meeting, and our Grand Knight Ron was looking for someone who would represent the Knights of Columbus at our local Special O as a board member, but never really started actively volunteering till I retired. Just didn't have the time or the energy when I was working. The Special Olympic is just a very special organization. They relish life. You just don't take life for granted.
Tony spends countless hours with Special O and different organizations, and if somebody would say, Tony, can you give us a hand? He's about the first guy lined up kind of thing.
And they have been very, very good to me as far as providing training, and a lot of good athletes that I've met over the time that I've been with them, a lot of good volunteers. It's just been a great experience. I'm most proud of the fact that I guess when I started with the Special Olympics, we were struggling to get athletes, struggling to get volunteers interested in sitting on the board and working with our athletes. And we were to the point that we were potentially closing. 10 years later, we do well financially. We have great community support.
You know, we have swimming and bowling, curling, bocce ball, and
Melfort, there's no paid staff.
If we didn't have volunteers, you just wouldn't have a sport, any kind of sport. So
we want to be able to sell ourselves as being able to compete against other provinces, against other countries.
He's just a good guy. He's kind of my computer whiz, because everything is done online. And I mean, Tony pretty much does all of that. He's just so valuable to our organization.
Well, I think I've got the time, and I know that I've developed some skills during my work life, and so I have the ability to give back now.
Tony, congrats on the award. The amount of time that you spend in the Special O and different organizations, that it is, everybody wants to give you a big thank you, because it's the amount of work that you put into the different ventures is much appreciated, and all the best and good luck.
To be nominated by my peers in Melfort was something very, very special. Sport is more than a game to me, because the easiest answer for me is the Special Olympics athlete oath. Let me win, but if I cannot win, let me be brave in the attempt. Winning is important, but being gracious is even more important, not winning at all costs.
Congratulations to Tony. Tony could not be with us tonight. Accepting the award on his behalf is friend and fellow Special Olympics Melfort committee member Brian Chelsis, right here. Tony is watching, however, from his vacation home in Mexico. So how nice for you. So congratulations, Tony. Thank you for all you do. The 2022 Saskatchewan Sport Awards are presented by Sask Lotteries, the main fundraiser for more than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups. Let's take a moment to learn how the funds work in the province.
When you buy a lottery ticket in Saskatchewan, your money really goes a long way. More than 12,000 sport, culture, and recreation groups receive funding from Sask Lotteries every year. With Sask Lotteries, everyone wins.
So in 2024, Sask Lotteries will celebrate 50 years of supporting sport, culture, and recreation opportunities in the province. So that's a long time. The party is going to be a good one, so I would love to come back for that. Sask Sport Board of Directors Chair Michael Rogers is now on stage with us to hand out the rest of tonight's awards, by the way. Now, the president of the Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports Association told us that officials are what turn a scrimmage into a game. And our next recipient, Ryan Gaudette, has been doing just that for more than 20 years. A key figure of the wheelchair rugby officiating crew, Ryan, who was nominated by the Saskatchewan Wheelchair Sports Association, has officiated at all levels of the sport and plays a hand in developing the next generation of officials. Traveling to both the Rio and Tokyo Paralympics, Ryan retired from international officiating after working the 2022 World Championship in Denmark. He will continue his developmental role provincially and across the country. Let's watch Ryan's officiating journey.
I played sports, not at a very competitive level, but I played sports my entire life. I lived with my cousin Julian, who was an athlete in the sport, and I was bringing him to practice on a weekly basis, and eventually, instead of just sitting on the sidelines, I got involved with helping out, and it just kind of steamrolled into becoming an official, and here I am today. My way of being involved in the sport, it was either that or coaching, and I'm not big into coaching. Once I kind of worked my way up to the national stage, Gilles Briere, an official from Montreal, who was involved in wheelchair rugby right from the very beginning, and he just kind of became a mentor to me, and I was able to learn so much from him. Tokyo, getting to go to a Paralympics and be able to do it with another official from Saskatchewan who I had worked with and helped mentor and develop was really special. If you've been part of the sport or around any of the people involved in the sport, they're the people that you want to be around, and that's just what keeps me coming back.
Well, I think he's a guy that's always been there, right? He's always been part of the association, trying to do his best and, really just fill a need. His officiating started by giving a guy a ride to Winnipeg, so he could get paid for the clinic hours. And, 23 years later, he's reffing a gold medal game at the Paralympics. So.
I love the sport. I fell in love with it really early on. The physicality of it is definitely my favorite part. A person wouldn't think that folks in wheelchairs play as physical a game as this. If you haven't seen it, you need to. My very first international trip, I went down to Bogota, Colombia to get my license, and just the experience of the first time getting to go to a new country really let me appreciate all the extra travel and everything I've gotten to do the rest of the way.
Officials, it's a thankless job, but they're the ones that turn the scrimmages into games, and without them, we wouldn't have any games. Bring more of the education of disabled sports around the world, teaching and inspiring athletes to perform at their best and make sure that we're all doing it in fair play.
The most proud I was when Chris got selected to go to Tokyo, and then getting to do it with him, and then him getting selected to be the crew chief for the gold medal game. It was a real proud moment for me, so I think it's not easy being an official. You're never everybody's favorite person.
It's the machine behind the athlete, right? Without all the volunteers, whether it's the scorekeepers to the officials, because without them, again, we'd just be practicing.
I was a little surprised I got nominated for this because I am so young. And I feel like I have a long way to go. It's been a journey and something that I never would have guessed it was gonna be.
Thanks, Ryan, for all your time and dedication. We wouldn't be here without you.
Sport's more than a game to me because it's family. It's the community. It's having other people that enjoy and have the same passions as you, and just enjoying yourself, either recreationally or competitively.
Ryan, tonight you're our favorite person. Congratulations and thank you for all that you do. Returning now to the Excellence Awards, we will honor the 2022 Team of the Year. Of note, a Saskatchewan water polo team has won this award for the last 3 years. The nominees are
The first ever team from Saskatchewan to win the World Cheerleading Championships, to go along with a provincial title and a second place finish at the Best of the West competition. Nominated by Saskatchewan Cheerleading, Rebels Cheerleading Athletics, Team Smoke. Gold medal winners at the Canada Summer Games, marking the first time a men's volleyball team has won first place at the event since 1987, along with a gold medal at the Canada Cup. Nominated by Sask Volleyball, Team Sask Men's Volleyball Team. An undefeated regular season, winning the Prairie Football Conference with 11 All-Canadian athletes and a Coach of the Year. Nominated by football supporters and supported by Football Saskatchewan, the Regina Thunder.
And the winner, Team of the Year, is Team Sask Men's Canada Games Volleyball.
Team Saskatchewan's men's volleyball team captured the province's only team gold medal at the Canada Summer Games, beating Alberta in 4 sets in the final to finish in first place. Team captain Skylar Varga was also selected as the Roland Missioner Award winner as the top male athlete who exemplified leadership, cooperation, and excellence on and off the court during the Games.
So I'll invite you to say a few words if you'd like.
Hello. I'd want to start by thanking Sask Sport for giving us this award. It was a great honor for us. From behalf of our team, we would like to thank our parents, our coaches, our support staff, such as our mental trainer, our, what's it called? Our, yeah, I can't. Yeah. I'd also like to thank Sean McKay, Joel Dick, Jordan Nowakowski, and Corey Gradden for all the time they've given to us. I'd like to thank my teammates, as they have been great support for everyone. We're basically a family now. I'd like to also thank the Team Sask group, as they were the biggest supporters at Canada Games and at Canada Cup, as they have brought the energy that we needed to win. Thank you, guys.
Congratulations. With the motto of coach the person, not the athlete, Tracy Hazen has been empowering volleyball athletes for years. Along with leading the St. Joseph High School volleyball team to several provincial medals, Tracy has won tons of club medals in age groups from 13 to 18. She coached Team Sask at the Canada Summer Games. In 2018, she guided the Team Sask under-18 group to the gold medal at the Canada Cup, the first under-18 Saskatchewan team to win gold in 21 years. Tracy guided the Saskatchewan girls volleyball team to a 4th place finish at the 2022 Canada Games. That was the best finish by a provincial team in more than 30 years. Nominated by 2 members of the volleyball community and supported by Volleyball Saskatchewan, it is time to learn a little bit about Tracy.
I think my whole life I was involved in sports. I was a small town girl. I grew up on a farm. I remember being in phys ed in grade 8, and the coach came and called me out of class. I thought I was in trouble, and he just said, "Would you like to join our senior volleyball team?" That started my volleyball career, and then
she's coached for over 25 years, club, high school. That alone, the amount of girls that she's impacted in this province, she's got more connections. So coaches outside of Saskatchewan are contacting her, looking for players that she has coached. And that says so much about what she's done for Saskatchewan volleyball and the players leaving our province.
Without a doubt, Mark Tennant was probably one of the first ones, so I was really fortunate to work with him. The year that I was mentored by Mark, he said, "Why are you so successful in coaching?" And I didn't have an answer. What it was for me was the relationships and making sure that the kids knew that they were valued and appreciated. When you have those relationships, you can push people further than they think they can go. But it's not by accident. We do a lot of things intentionally. We create culture. We do a lot of team bonding. We do a lot of volunteering, and in doing those things, you become a lot closer and tighter. Probably the first highlight I can think back to was our first provincial championship at St. Joseph High School. I think it's just the relationships that you form with the kids, and you get to see them become incredible humans. I think that's probably the biggest thing for me.
She's such a positive role model. She's kind, she's caring, and her ability to connect with the girls it's immeasurable.
I'd like to think that I've learned a lot from every coach that I've worked with. Saskatchewan has a lot of really talented coaches in volleyball, and all of the assistant coaches I've worked with, I think I've benefited from. So I just enjoy being around volleyball people, having that additional family and people that are part of your journey are really valuable, and what I hold tight in my heart.
Tracy, I would really like to tell you how honored I am to be part of this process. You're the most selfless person I know. You do things just out of the goodness of your heart, and that's immeasurable. So I want to thank you for your time, effort, dedication, caring for all of the athletes that you have coached, including my girls. There's no one more deserving than you. Congratulations.
I would like to thank the people that nominated me and the people that wrote letters of reference for me to be able to be honored in this way. I'm humbled and grateful.
Coach the person, not the athlete. What an amazing motto. Congratulations, Tracy. Thank you. Our final volunteer dedication recipient has followed in his parents' and other community leaders' footsteps to ensure sport happens in the town of Debden. Les Bilodeau has been giving back to community with a smile on his face through hockey, softball, and broomball for more than 10 years. The list alone could tire somebody out. Currently coaching 4 broomball teams, Les has traveled to national championships in all age categories and started a provincial men's league in the sport. He's also on tap to volunteer on the organizing committee for the 2023 Broomball National Championship in Saskatoon. He was nominated by the Debden Speedball Boys Minor Broomball Team and supported by the Saskatchewan Broomball Association.
As far as I remember, he's always been in the rink or coaching a team or just in the canteen somewhere helping with sports and broomball.
Like true Canadian fashion, our heroes are often our parents. My dad worked away from home a lot as a kid, and even after all that, he'd come home and spend hundreds of hours for us and for the community. And my mom was always there helping him. Well, as kids, our parents played broomball. And then eventually Bob Fontaine, one of the dads, decided to make a U20 team one year. So he brought us a bunch of us kids together who had never played broomball. We had a couple practices and went to provincials and actually beat the champs in our round robin games. Started a mixed team, which went into a men's team, which, eventually my kids started playing, and basically from kids, we were part of it. Now it's up to us as the next generation, I guess. It just kind of, in the community, it's your turn's up next.
He definitely does a lot of behind the scenes kind of stuff.
We started the senior mixed broomball team, and then that led to a men's team, which led to several years of doing that as a player, coach, manager, bookkeeper. It's kind of a dying sport. We're trying to fight to keep it alive. For sure that whoever tries it ends up loving it. It's almost a cult sport, but it's a fun sport, and it's almost who used to play broomball is helping keep it going for the next generations.
I think it's his ability to want the kids to play. It doesn't matter if you're from Debden or not. He will recruit you in for your team if you don't have a team. If you want to play broomball, he's there to want you to play broomball. So he definitely incorporates and includes everyone.
I want it to be perfect for everybody. I know it's not always perfect, but want the next generation to have the best of what I had and not have to go through what I did as a kid. Kind of what inspires me to keep going, I guess. What stands out the most is when you get somebody who goes out of their way to explain to you what you meant to their kid or meant to them. It's that positive feedback that makes you want to keep going, keep doing what you're doing.
I think he's deserving of the award because he's been a part of broomball for such a long time. He's been giving out awards for as long as I can remember.
What would my life be without all those hours of volunteering and fun? And as many hours as I've had to volunteer, my wife's been dragged into it.
Without volunteers, I would have never played broomball, and I would not be playing broomball right now. Volunteers as a whole, if there's no volunteers, nothing can run smoothly.
I'm just proud to be one of many, many Debden people being acknowledged for, our volunteer work.
Les, thank you for everything you've done for the broomball community and what you still do for Debden as a whole. I appreciate you coaching our teams at all the teams coming up, and I hope you can go 4 for 4 for winning provincials this year.
Sport is more than a game to me because it's a huge part of my life. Just knowing that you're a good influence or positive influence in someone's life is probably the biggest thing out of it all.
Long live broomball! Les, congratulations and thank you. Who's Googling the rules of broomball right now? I mean, it looks awesome. Our final recipient for the Inspire Through Sport Award, nominated by Swim Saskatchewan, is Nikita Enns. Finding a sense of, go. Yes. Finding a sense of peace and purpose in the pool, Nikita uses that mentality to serve as an inspiration. Always active growing up, including biking cross country for charity, Nikita did not let a car accident stop her drive to compete. In the 5 years since finding her love for swim, she has earned her way onto the national team, competed for Canada at the Paralympics in Tokyo, and won a silver medal at the 2022 World Para Swimming Championships. Here is how Nikita inspires through sport.
It starts with my folks. They're such awesome examples. Dad started out as a pastor, but moved to RCMP and became a member of the ERT team, which is kind of like SWAT. So he's been hardcore always. And my mom as well has competed nationally and internationally in her sports. I'd say it's been a lifelong endeavor in my family. Before paralysis and the car accident in 2014, water was like always a love. And then post paralysis, I first tried wheelchair track and field. And after 2016, I switched gears and sat on the couch and moped for a while, after which my father said some encouraging words. Tough love, get off your butt. The next day, Mom took me to the pool. And we met a swim coach, actually, just by coincidence, quote unquote.
Nikki went through a big obstacle in life. She was a very athletic person before she went through her accident. One thing she did kind of coming out of that was not let that change anything for her. She got back involved in sport, had a lot of accomplishments in a relatively short amount of time, making it onto a world's team, a Paralympic team, and back onto a world's team, winning a silver medal.
Encouragement as well from family and friends, for sure. My parents have been amazing through this whole journey.
Well, I think for Nikki, her story really shows that nothing can really stop you. There's a way to do it.
There was absolutely that, phase of mourning and devastation and self-pity. And without tough love, I would probably still be there, to be honest. When I was in City Hospital in Saskatoon, they had a program where people who have a spinal cord injury would come in and share about their experience. And many of those people were through sports. And just seeing them, how they had stepped up to the challenge, it was really inspiring, really encouraging.
One thing that I see from Nikki often on the pool deck and at swim competitions is she checks in with her younger swimmers just to see how they're doing and just share some positive thoughts with them just on some of her experiences that she's learned through the sport system. She really did kind of overcome a lot and had some great accomplishments.
It was probably London that sticks out. It was a shock and a surprise to be selected, and wow, my mom was there too. She comes to help lift me out of the pool, and to just share that moment with her was awesome. Team Canada went to Vichy, France to train, and just that whole trip was awesome. That's where I met other para-swimmers from across Canada, but Tokyo and representing Canada was amazing at the 2021 Paralympics.
One thing about sport is it can be a really great conduit for passion, dedication, and excellence, and she was really able to demonstrate those skills, which resulted in some of the great achievements she's had.
I'm so thankful for, in Saskatoon, in Saskatchewan, and throughout Canada, amazing opportunities for para-athletes to try things and travel and compete. This whole province, Sask Proud, is full of resilient, tough people who persevere. It's inspiring when you see people step up and rise to the challenge.
Congratulations, Nikki, on the Inspire Through Sport Award.
It's important to be a steward of what we've been given, and the benefits, they're more than medals. It's friendship, camaraderie, life lessons. We're all on a journey, and so we don't really know when it's going to end, but live it intentionally and aim towards something good.
What a story. Nikki, congratulations to you. This has been a great night, huh? Yeah. That's what sports does, right? Okay, so last but certainly not least, we name the male and female athletes of the year. The nominations are based on individual performances or performances on a team in the 2022 calendar year. In 2021, it was Olympic diver Rylan Wiens who was the recipient in the male athlete category. The male athlete nominees this year are
bronze medal winner at the 2022 Beijing Olympic Winter Games in men's bobsleigh, as well as a second-place finish on the IBSF World Cup circuit. Nominated by Husky football alumni and supported by the Canadian Sports Centre Saskatchewan, Ben Coquell. Bronze medal winner in men's slopestyle at the 2022 Beijing Olympic Winter Games, as well as Winter X Games gold medalist, where he set the record for most snowboarding medals all time at the X Games. Nominated by Sask Snowboard and a national team coach, Mark McMorris. Winner of 2 silver medals at the Commonwealth Games, a bronze at Worlds, and 2 gold medals at Nationals, setting a 15-year-old Canadian record in the process. Nominated by the Saskatoon Diving Club and Dive Sask, Rylan Wiens.
And the winner of the 2022 Saskatchewan Sport Awards Male Athlete of the Year is the man, the myth, the legend, Mark McMorris.
Mark won his 3rd straight Olympic bronze medal in slopestyle after similar results in 2014 and 2018. In his final run in the event, he saved his best for last, scoring 88.53, which was good enough to get him on the podium. Mark also collected his 6th career slopestyle medal at the X Games, passing American Shaun White for most in the discipline. In his X Games career, Mark has now won 21 total medals, including 10 gold.
Okay, so it is January, so no surprise here. Mark is unable to celebrate with us tonight. He's in Aspen for the X Games, but he did send this message.
Thank you all so very much. It is a huge honor to travel around the world and represent Saskatchewan on a global stage. I really appreciate all the support I've received from our province over the last decade, and receiving this award is truly the icing on the cake to what was an amazing year. I hope you guys have a beautiful night, and once again, thank you kindly.
For the last 2 award cycles, Paralympic bronze medalist Keely Shaw has been named the Female Athlete of the Year. The nominees for this year are
helping Canada win gold at the 2022 Beijing Olympic Winter Games while also bringing home gold at the Women's World Hockey Championships. Nominated by the Saskatoon U18 AAA Stars and supported by Hockey Saskatchewan, Emily Clark. Commonwealth Games bronze medalist, Canada Cup gold medalist, and winner of 2 medals at each of the Summer and Winter National Championships. Nominated by the Saskatoon Diving Club and Dive Sask, Margot Earlham. Winner of 2 bronze medals at the 2022 Beijing Paralympic Winter Games in the 15-kilometer cross-country classic and the 12.5-kilometer biathlon, who also finished second at the Para-Nordic World Cup. Nominated by Cross Country Saskatchewan and Saski Skiing for Disabled, Brittany Hudak.
And the Female Athlete of the Year is Emily Clark.
Emily scored 2 goals and added an assist while playing a crucial checking and penalty kill role for Canada at the Olympics, helping the women's hockey team bring home gold. She also played a key role for the team at the World Championships, scoring 2 goals and adding 2 assists, helping Canada win back-to-back for the first time in more than 20 years.
Wow. Before I get into beginning to try to thank everyone that got me here today, I would like to congratulate Brittany and Margot on incredible seasons. It's such an honor to represent Saskatchewan on the national and world stage with them, and they'll have a fan in me for the rest of their careers. Next, I'd like to thank Sask Sport for this incredible night, celebrating the excellence and passion that we have in our province, and for the support they've given me for the last 10 years. I couldn't be here without you, and I'm always proud to represent our province. Next, I'd like to thank Hockey Saskatchewan, Saskatoon Minor Hockey Association, the Comet Zone, the Flyer Zone, and Saskatoon Stars for the impact their time had on me as a person and player, and for the continued support. I've never forgotten where I've come from and the amazing coaches and teammates I've had along the way. And lastly, I couldn't even do it justice to thank my family. I have 2 incredible parents, 5 siblings, a brother-in-law, 2 sister-in-laws, and a lot of important people with me here today. And I'd love to thank them all individually, but we do not have time for that, and I've probably already been up here for too long. But again, thank you guys so much for the support and being there for all the highs and the lows with me. And I have to say this year's been incredible and a lot of highlights, but by far the best thing that's gotten to happen to me this year is getting to share my gold medals with my family, the people that got me there. So I'm very proud to be from Saskatchewan. I'm very humbled for this award, and I'll try to continue to make our province proud. Thank you.
Well, congratulations, Emily. Congratulations, everybody, all the nominees, all the winners. Before we go, I just really want to thank everybody who has volunteered, either here tonight or in sport in general. And we want to thank those who took the time to nominate these amazing recipients and the finalists. I hate to break it to you, the bar is closed, but the photo booth is open. Want to make sure also all of the award recipients from tonight, as well as the last 3 years, make their way to the stage for group photos. It was truly a pleasure being here with you tonight. There is a Woman in Sport breakfast panel tomorrow at the Hilton Garden Inn Hotel. Emily and 4 other incredible women in sport will be there, so hopefully you'll join us there too. To close the evening, I'd like to welcome back the Young Scouts, who will perform an honor song for the recipients and the finalists tonight. Good night. Hello. I have just been informed by special request, I think that's mob rules, the bar is open for about half an hour. Okay, so hurry up.